In today's episode of Spiraling Up, it's the Intern Takeover episode, and Hinge's intern Sabrina Alperin is going to channel the spirit of Alex Trebek for an episode of Hinge Jeopardy. What are the questions? What are the categories? We have no clue. We're going to find out together. Welcome, everyone. This is Spiraling Up with Hinge. Welcome, everyone, to Spiraling Up, the podcast for professional services marketers and business leaders. My name is Austin McNair, and as always, I'm joined by my colleagues and co-hosts, Mary Blanche Kramer, hey, MB.
Hey.
And Joe Pope. How you doing, Joe?
I'm so glad that I talked you all into doing this episode.
Well, this episode is going to be brought to us by a special guest. I'm excited to introduce someone who's been helping us a lot behind the scenes recently, Sabrina Alperin. Welcome, Sabrina.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here today.
We're excited too. We have no idea what's about to happen. Hinge Jeopardy, you've been planning this, all summer long. You've been learning, you've been kind of involved in a lot of things going on here at Hinge, and a lot of that I imagine has worked its way into this upcoming episode of Spiraling Up. I just want to ask, as we get started, are you excited? Have you enjoyed the internship so far? No pressure, everyone's listening and thinking about him. make sure you only say like nice things about us. How are you feeling going into this?
I'm super excited for this episode, especially because it's a great way, I think, for me to show all three of you exactly what I've been doing so far in this internship. There's a bunch of different categories covering all of the different things that I have learned so far in my time here, in addition to one bonus category that's of everything about me. So it'll definitely be fun, full of lots of surprises, and I can't wait to see how it goes.
Love this.
All right. Well, I know that I'm excited. Joe, Mary Blanche, you guys excited?
Yeah, let's do it.
As a lifelong Jeopardy fan, religiously watched it, had watch parties in college with friends. This is a dream come true, guys. Finally getting to participate in Jeopardy.
That's what we're here for, making dreams come true.
I'm here to crush those dreams, Joe. If you thought this was your moment to win Jeopardy, I am here to try to stand in the way of that. So let the competitive spirit begin. And Sabrina, let's get going with Hinge Jeopardy.
Now entering the digital studio are today's contestants. First, a business operations executive from Richmond, Virginia, Mary Blanche Kramer. Also, a marketing wizard joining all the way from southern Brazil, Austin McNair. And lastly, a professional talker and business developer extraordinaire from Alexandria, Virginia, Joe Pope. The game rules will feel very similar to standard Jeopardy, but have been altered slightly to accommodate the digital environment. While there are no set timers, please refrain from buzzing in until I finish delivering the clue. Now, this also means that for every question, I can determine how much time to give, so please be warned. As always, answers must be in the form of a question, and to streamline the process, the daily double will simply double the point value. Today's categories are Everything Sabrina, Data Due Diligence, Marketing Mayhem, Content's New Frontier, Hinge Story, and lastly, Marketing Jargon. Austin, how about we kick it over to you to start us off?
All right, I'll take Marketing Jargon for 300, Sabrina.
You would go to the middle of the board.
This critical component of a brand is not the entire brand itself, nor a portrait of the business, yet it plays a key role in identification, differentiation, and aiding recall. Austin?
What is a logo?
That is correct. What is a logo? Austin, it's still yours.
I'll go for Marketing Mayhem for 400.
This practice refers to maximizing the reach, impact, and efficiency of their content investment. Oh, it looks like we have a tie, but Austin took the lead. Austin, this one's yours.
What is ROI?
I'm sorry, but that was incorrect. Joe?
What a brutal buzzer. Did you build that sound effect in? Well, that was what I was going to guess, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass at this point. Oh, I still get it wrong? That's not fair.
Okay, time's up. The answer for this is what is repurposing.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Austin, it's technically still yours.
Okay, we'll go to marketing mayhem for 500.
This top marketing priority for high growth firms in 2025 focuses on distancing themselves from competitors in the minds of target buyers. Austin,
What is differentiation?
that is correct. What is brand differentiation?
How
All right,
is your
we're-
internet better than mine?
We're,
And you're
we're
in
all the way
Brazil.
from Brazil. The internet's better.
Back to you.
Let's go to Hinge story for 100.
Beyond the Salt Lake City Winter Olympics and the debut of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, this pivotal moment also happened in 2002. Joe,
What is the founding of Hinge or the creation of Hinge?
that is correct. When was Hinge founded?
On the board, baby.
Man.
Joe, it's yours.
I will do 200, same category.
Daily
Yes.
double.
And I can't just bet up to 1,000.
This classic toy figurine was the unofficial mascot of Hinge early on in the agency's development.
What is Scuba Steve?
That is correct.
Okay, so we're not doing
MB.
daily
MB, you
double.
knew that one.
No, I did, but I thought I thought the daily double was where you write
But
your
if you get
answer.
the
No, that's Final Jeopardy.
no, that's Final Jeopardy.
Oh gosh, see you guys, I don't even know. Okay, let's just keep going.
She's
Who
like,
is Scuba Steve is correct.
oh yeah, who is whatever. Got it.
R.I.P.
Alright.
Scuba Steve.
Yeah.
Joe, this one's yours.
Let's do Hinge story for 500.
Wow, skipping ahead.
This lightly sweetened whipped French treat is also the namesake of the town in which Hinge originated. Austin,
I shouldn't have buzzed in. What is Chantilly?
that is correct. What is
my
Chantilly?
gosh.
What?
Chantilly, Virginia. What
Dude,
is that
oh.
a thing? Ice cream or French? Like, what is that?
Dude.
It's like sweetened whipped cream. Austin,
All right. Everything Sabrina for 100.
this specific date marks the beginning of Sabrina's internship with Hinge.
Mary Blanche is gonna know this solely because she's the one who did the
No,
contracting.
it's
Mary
was in-
Blanche,
it was in June. I'm like quickly going to like on the calendar. I don't know the specific date.
That's all right.
No.
We can give her time to figure it out.
oh, wait. Joe,
What is May 20th?
that is correct. What is May 20th?
I know my intern.
Guys, y'all are just gonna have to let me get on the board. This is really sad.
Does your buzzer work?
Like, does it? Let's test it.
Joe, this one's yours.
All right, everything Sabrina for 4.
Dude's hopping around.
My favorite annual observance is a unique celebration of harvest and gratitude. Its date anchored not to a specific calendar day, but to a recurring weekday within late autumn. Mary Blanche,
Thanksgiving.
that is correct. What is Thanksgiving?
on
What
the
is
board.
Thanksgiving?
Thank the Lord.
Mary Blanche, this one's yours.
Okay, let's do. I'm liking the Sabrina one. Let's do everything Sabrina for 200.
If you read my bio on Hinge's website, you would know that I play this fast-paced team sport with 0 referees. Mary Blanche,
Frisbee.
that is correct. What is Ultimate Frisbee?
You gotta say the question.
It's still yours.
Oh, let's see. Let's go. Marketing jargon for 100.
Refers to commerce transactions between businesses. Joe,
What is B2B?
that is correct.
Let's go with marketing jargon for 400.
A platform to maintain information about individuals you are currently or planning to do business with. Mary Blanche,
CRM.
that is correct. What is a CRM? Still yours.
Let's do marketing jargon for 300.
An instruction to the audience to provoke an immediate response. Austin,
What is a call to action?
that is right on. What is a call to action or CTA?
These we're buzzing in a little earlier than now that we're getting the hang of it.
Austin, yours.
Marketing jargon for 200.
Strategically updating elements of a web page or website to dominate a search engine result page is also known as what key practice? Mary Blanche.
SEO.
That's correct. What is search engine optimization or SEO?
When is she going to get in trouble for not saying the what is at the front? I feel like we should be.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
should be
Next
put in
one, she
timeout.
gets penalized.
Technicality.
Mary Blanche is yours.
Let's do marketing jargon for 500.
When a user types a query into Google, the page that displays organic and paid results is commonly referred to by this 4-letter acronym. Jeff.
SERP. What is SERP?
That's correct. What is a SERP?
I like how I almost missed the what is after I just called out Mary Blanche for it.
We need to get another referee in here about this. Wait until she finishes talking.
Yeah, I think that rule's gone now. It's just buzz when you want to buzz.
Joe, category is yours.
Content's new frontier for 300.
The overwhelming presence of this Google feature has the side effect of making it challenging for websites to be noticed and generate click-through. Austin?
What is an AI overview?
That is right on. What are AI overviews?
Yes, we hate those. We love them. We hate them. All right, let's
Love to
do
hate.
content's new frontier. I like this category for 100.
This technology has drastically lowered the barrier to content creation, but also made authenticity the scarcest resource. Joe?
What is AI?
That's correct.
Is it AI? Is that specific enough? Oh my god.
What is artificial intelligence or
Sure looks
AI?
specific enough, Austin.
Good stuff.
Joe, this one's yours.
Let's go with data due diligence for 200. Now I'm going to really jump all over. This is what you all get.
These two vital SEO indicators, often evaluated together, quantify the average monthly searches for a keyword and its relative competitiveness on a scale of 1 to 100. Austin?
Oof. Oh.
Quantify the average
Let's take
month-
in.
Okay, what is domain authority?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Soul scale 1 to 100 messed me up.
I think that's one of them. What's
Mary
going
Blanche?
to
No, I don't know the other one. It's like volume and. Oh, man.
The correct answer is what are search volume and difficulty?
Yeah, I should have read that question better.
You should have, Mr. SEO.
Joe?
Let's go with content's new frontier for 500 big fake dollars.
According to the 2025 High Growth Study, this was the top marketing challenge of professional services firms. Austin?
And what is incorporating AI into your business?
That's correct.
There we
What is
go.
incorporating
Wow,
AI
nice
in
pull.
automation?
Joe's jumping around strategy was starting to work against me. I think we're getting.
Yeah, I'm really trying to get him on tilt.
Let's go to everything Sabrina for 300.
This specific measurement represents Sabrina's height. Mary Blanche?
5'4"?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Joe?
I don't even know why I busted into this. 5'7".
Sorry, that's also incorrect, though I wish I could reach those heights. Austin?
5'3".
Correct answer is
Oh.
what is 5 feet 5 inches?
All right.
This is the downside of never meeting anybody.
I knew
in
you weren't
person
like
anymore.
5 feet tall. I knew you were taller than that.
All right, let's finish the category everything Sabrina for 500.
Nearly double.
Oh, wow. That's 1,000 points.
A perpetually challenging dance with gravity. This 3-object activity is a skill that I have mastered. Oh, Austin?
What is juggling?
That's correct. What is juggling?
Let's do data due diligence for 100.
This 2-word term, frequently discussed at the Association for Accounting Marketing's 2025 Summit as something institutions should abandon, refers to simplistic indicators like number of followers, likes, and subscribers. Austin?
What is vanity metrics?
That's correct.
He's running
What
away with
are
this.
vanity metrics? Austin, back to you.
Data due diligence for 300.
This three-word business term and commonly used acronym describes quantifiable measures that serve as crucial benchmarks, allowing an organization to gauge its progress and make targeted improvements. Mary Blanche?
Oh,
What are KPIs?
That's correct. What are key performance indicators, also known as KPIs? Mary Blanche, this one's yours.
Let's see. Let's do data due diligence for 400.
Marketers and data scientists refer to this term to describe information held in separate systems, causing integration problems. Joe?
what are data silos or data silos?
That's correct. What are data silos? Joe, this one's yours.
Let's go with content's new frontier for 400.
Due to AI increasing skepticism in the digital realm, marketers should be aware of a resurgence in this. Mary Blanche?
What are traditional marketing techniques?
That's right on. Answer is, what are traditional marketing techniques?
Miss Networker knows everything.
All right, so it's to me now, right?
Yeah, it is.
Let's do marketing mayhem for 200.
It's finger licking good, eat fresh, and just do it are examples of short phrases that reinforce a company's brand, often appearing with its name and logo. Joe?
What are taglines?
That's correct. What are taglines? Do you all have any favorite taglines in particular?
Oh, just do it. I think that's iconic with Nike.
Agreed.
Good one.
Joe, this one's yours.
Let's go with Hinge's story for 400.
This annual piece of content was a long-time tradition at Hinge, beloved by employees and clients alike. Joe?
What is the high growth study?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Oh,
Mary
you know
Blanche.
what I know what it is. Damn it.
Hold on.
I want to buzz back in.
Well, Joe's answer was going to be my answer. I don't know. Oh, that's the worst.
Austin?
What is a meat log?
I'm sorry, that's also incorrect.
I know what
The
it is.
correct
It was
answer is, what
holiday
is the
video.
Hinge holiday
Ah,
damn it.
video?
I
Oh,
knew
but
it.
we don't do it anymore, which is the
So
sad.
That one
Sabrina,
got a little
that
help
was-
from producer John.
Yeah, that was so good by him because the was the key piece there because we
Mm.
haven't done a holiday video in 2 years.
So long.
Producer
I'm,
John,
I'm
that was
intentionally
brutal.
tanking my score a little bit.
Let's go with Hinge Stories 300.
This restaurant nearby to Hinge's Reston office was often the location of happy hours and company lunch and dinner gatherings. Mary Blanche?
What is Reds?
That is correct. What is Red's Table?
Missed that lakefront
Good
property.
memories.
Mary Blanche, this one's yours.
Let's do marketing mayhem for 100.
This marketing term describes online material that requires users to submit information like their email address before they can access it. Joe?
What is gated content? And I keep getting the $100 questions, but not the big ones.
That's correct.
All right. Well, let's go with the 500 data due diligence.
This business behavior, although vital for optimizing performance, is often a significant struggle for professional services firms to adopt.
Oof.
Aren't there a lot of these?
Yeah, there's quite a few.
What is CRM adoption?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Do you have a guess, Joe?
No, I don't.
All right, let's skip this one to see the answer.
No answer. Well, the correct one is, what is tracking marketing metrics?
Yeah, I figured it was
should've known
something
that.
along those lines.
That was like our signature finding from this year's high growth study that basically nobody knows how to track their marketing ROI or marketing metrics.
They either overcomplicate it or they don't do it at all.
Correct. Good question.
Joe, this one's yours, I believe.
Yeah, let's clear out the board. Content's new frontier for 200.
This type of content is favored by algorithms on platforms like LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram because users connect to it, leading to more impressions and longer engagement. Austin?
What is video content?
Right on.
Yep.
All right, saved myself.
And it's now time for Final Jeopardy. Today's category is The Road to Success. Contestants, wager up.
Joe, how much are you wagering?
I'm not telling you.
Go big or go home.
You're going to have to wait and see. Wager is entered. I'm feeling good
He
about
is
the road
locked
to
in.
success.
This phrase encapsulates the upward trajectory Hinge aims to help professional services firms achieve, and it also serves as the title for their bi-weekly segments of Spoken Insight.
Kind of like the music. That was pretty nice. Austin, do you just struggle at typing?
Yeah.
He's like checking Twitter. He's like, God, hold on. I'm screaming at somebody in the comments right now. Let me finish.
Joe, let's see what you guessed. Spiraling up. Big surprise, that is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what Mary Blanche has. What
Oh,
is spiraling
bummer.
up? Also correct. And Austin, will we be 3 for 3? We will. Spiraling up. Again, the correct answer.
Bonus points for Mary Blanche, who didn't say what is for the entire round, is the only person who wrote what is in Final Jeopardy.
True.
I was going to make sure I didn't get points deducted.
Answer time. What is spiraling up? And the winner is Austin.
Team Austin. What's our
With-
scores?
Austin wagered 1,499 points, which brought his grand total to 2,999. In second place, we have Mary Blanche with a wager of 300, bringing her score to 1,500. And last place, Womp Womp with a wager of 69. Joe with a final score of 969. Great game, contestants.
Congrats, Austin.
Thank you. And well, I think the real congrats should go to Sabrina. Sabrina, thank you so much for organizing that for us and for, writing all those questions. Yeah, round of applause for you. That was really fun and great job.
Thank you. I had so much fun working on it.
All right. Well, thank you, Mary Blanche, for giving me the distinct pleasure of introducing today's pivotal story, which is what terrifies the baby boomers more than anything? Gen Z. And who better than to talk about Gen Z's perspective on the professional services marketing place or marketing space place than Sabrina Alperin, our intern. Sabrina, thank you for sitting in the hot seat. Also, thank you for setting up Jeopardy. That was a blast, as Austin said. Great time. I'm sorry that it ended the way it did, mostly that Austin won. But, I'm excited to kind of talk through some of your takes specifically in what it's been like to work here at Hinge.
One of the things that I have loved right off the bat of this internship is that I've been involved in so many aspects of the company, from the podcast side to client work to social media to SEO stuff, which is all new to me. And I'm really, really grateful for this opportunity to learn more about this. On the podcast side, one of the big epiphanies that I think I had, and which also might be a big epiphany for some of our listeners and some of our viewers, is that there's a lot of work that goes into making a podcast, both on the pre-production and the post-production side, which has been really fun to experience, from identifying who the guest will be. I was lucky enough to be on this episode, having an intro call with them, identifying what area of expertise they have, how they present on camera. All of that works into figuring out what game will showcase all of that in the best way possible. And then all of that plays into the actual recording, which is a super, super fun experience. I know this is my first time being on this side of it, but I've been lucky enough to have been on about 3 or 4 sitting in on them to see what that looks like. But I've actually had a lot of fun working on the post-production side. One of the things that Hinge really emphasizes is repurposing content. So I've had a lot of fun repurposing clips from the podcast, which I have identified, and turning them into shorts and reels, which we push through different channels, including YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram.
So just to pull the curtain back a little bit here, and I think any regular follower of the podcast recognizes and have heard of us refer to producer John Tyerman, who leads a lot of our back end production efforts on the podcast. Well, Sabrina has been able to really kind of sit side by side with John and working on a lot of these different elements of what he's talked about over the duration of the last few months in her internship, and gotten to really see a lot of these details come through. Sabrina, one thing that I just in general, I know when you reached out and when you started having initial conversations with us about what this internship would look like, in terms of how you've seen these different tactics come to play, like what we've learned from our high growth study, the types of ways that we can communicate with audiences, what really kind of surprised you in a sense? You're running a podcast in the back end, right? You're creating shorts, but like what's really stood out to you in terms of those tactics?
In terms of stuff I've seen appear a few times in the high growth study, a lot of it centers around search engine optimization. I've worked with one of our lucky colleagues, Kelly, I've had the pleasure of learning from her. And one of the things that I've seen on the client side is that a lot of clients haven't fully incorporated SEO techniques. So on one hand, you might have this beautifully created website. Thankfully, our creative team is really good in that area, but it's only one step of the process, because if you look for that website online and you don't see it pop up because you haven't implemented proper SEO techniques, you're not going to see all of that lovely information. You're not going to see the design. You're not going to get to learn about the company, all because you haven't incorporated the right keywords. So I think that was definitely something that stood out to me and that I've learned a lot so far.
So Sabrina, Joe kind of led into this with like mentioning kind of the generational difference, right? And I'll let the baby boomers off the hook. As a millennial, I find even chatting with my younger friends, family members, etc. I think Gen Z even has a lot of distinct kind of traits compared to millennials, even though we were all kind of raised in the era of the internet. It's kind of like the saturation of it was different. The kinds of content that was available on the internet when I was young, completely different than you were, Sabrina. I'm just curious, how do you think that you and kind of your peers, when you are consuming advertising or marketing, like what do you think are some like distinct traits of Gen Z that maybe a millennial like myself wouldn't know about?
I mean, Gen Z were the first digital generation who grew up with technology at our fingertips. I mean, I've had one of these for forever. I remember when I was 4 years old, I think, when I got my first iTouch, not the iPod, but the iTouch, which was before it, in a bright pink case. But growing up with that has, I think, really contributed to how we consume media, how we learn about new brands, how we learn about new companies. And at least from me and my experience, a lot of that primarily falls to platforms like Instagram, from reels, from posts to stories. I often find that I might be scrolling on Instagram and I'll come across a new product. Then I'll click onto that page to learn more about that product. And one of the great things with Instagram itself is that you can quickly learn about a company very efficiently. And I think Instagram is a great tool that companies can use to highlight who they are, what they stand for, what they're proud of. And once I've gone through their Instagram page, I'll then open up their actual website to learn more about them. But I think a lot of people in my generation fall first to Instagram as that source. And I think one of the key things that companies should consider when looking to craft a successful digital marketing strategy is to stay nimble and be aware of all the different things that are happening around them and successfully incorporate that into their content. I'm just thinking back a few months ago, I go to school in Nashville. There was a zebra on the loose. and a local pancake joint that's favored by a lot of people capitalized on this and turned this into a few different social media posts with zebras eating pancakes. I just think stuff like that is what makes a company truly stand out, and that's what people talk about.
Sabrina, one question I had, when you were kind of first thinking about, what you wanted your internship to look like this summer, or even where you wanted that internship to be, what are some of the things that you looked at to evaluate Hinge that, like this would be the right fit for you?
There's so much that went into that, to be honest. One of the things that I was really looking for was getting client experience. And on my first call with Liz, she promised me that I would definitely get that, but so much more. And I've definitely seen that from the research side, from the client facing side, to people being so eager to chip in and teach me more about what they do. I mean, on the first day of my internship, I had already seen a call booked on my calendar for a client presentation from like 2 to 4 p.m. And I was like, wow, this company really listened to what I was saying. They're really trying to help. And all of that, I guess that wasn't directly how I evaluated it, but from the very get go, I knew that I made the right decision.
When you were looking at us, did you go to our website, or did you find us on Instagram? Like, where was that kind of go-to place to kind of do a download of information about us?
It was a mix. I looked at Instagram, I looked at the website. I really, really enjoyed looking at the different design and case stories.
Mm-hmm.
On Hinge's website, there's a whole page dedicated to the design side and the case story aspect. And I really enjoyed scrolling through those, seeing the products. And then I also checked out the blogs. There's a lot of blogs posted at least once a week, if not more, reading up on that. And I thought that was a great way to learn more about the company. And then also the bio pages to learn more about the people behind the company.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm glad you asked that question, Mary Blanche. One thing that I think stands out from some of our high growth studies, when you do talk about how people evaluate whether it's the company they're going to buy from, or maybe even the company that they'll be an intern for, the different channels that they utilize. And you mentioned social media, you mentioned Instagram. For the longest time, professional services was just absolutely dominated by LinkedIn, so much that it became a parody on itself. But as additional folks are entering the workspace, folks that are growing up with iPads or iTouches from when they were 4 or 5 years old, these other platforms and the type of content that they want to consume, at video, for example, continues to become more and more important. And we've seen some of that start to eke in with high growth organizations making investments in things like YouTube and Instagram. And you've been such a great help in helping this marketing agency really up our social game as well. And, I think one thing that I'd love to kind of hear is, when you've gone through that process, what are some of the things that you've had to balance in taking our stories and putting them into a more visual medium?
That's a good question. I think one of the things that I always strive to balance is a mix between video and graphic content or still images. One of the things that I really think is great when a company has is a balanced Instagram feed, to really showcase all of their different areas of expertise, so that at the top of their page there isn't just one technique being exemplified, but you can see all of them. So I've created so far a content tracker where we can track what we're posting. Is it going to be related to the podcast? Will it be related to some of the case stories? Will it be related to a blog post? All of this, so that when a user arrives on the Instagram page, they can see a whole big array of all the different stuff that Hinge does right off the bat.
I kind of want to go back to Instagram for a minute, because you have been just so instrumental on our own Instagram page. Talk to us a little bit about that. What's been your favorite part of kind of the social work that you've worked on since you've been here?
Definitely collaborating with the creative team. We have some incredible graphic designers and artists who are working at Hinge, and being able to articulate the types of templates or what my vision is for Hinge's Instagram, and then seeing them process that and create an incredible either template or cover for an Instagram post or reel. Just getting to see the process of it, getting to see the final product has been just an incredible experience. And it's really, really cool to see everybody at Hinge works together to create this overall brand image.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I appreciate you even just kind of sharing that with the audience. I think it is one of those unsung type things that happens in the background where you've got designers that are very much billable and focused heavily on working and supporting our clients. But for any agency, our own ability to talk about ourselves and show ourselves is a key evaluating piece. If we look like crap, then why would anybody expect us to be able to deliver success? So it's shout out to the design team. We had Christian on one of our more recent pods, and Kristen, one of our other lead designers, two awesome heads of that department, and getting some of the shine they deserve. I do have one thing I'd love to kind of bring out though, and it goes directly to what our high growth study has identified as the top challenge across professional services, and that is AI. Now, Sabrina, when you will say interviewed, but mostly just chatted with me, because it was pretty clear after you met with Liz that you were somebody we'd love to have the opportunity to work with. But when you chatted with me, you talked about your experience of using AI tools already at such a young age, and when you're in this college and coming out of high school and so forth. I'd love to kind of hear what your take is on how AI is going to kind of be a piece of what the remainder of your education is. And then as you join the workforce, what's that going to look like for you?
AI will be here forever, and I honestly have a lot of mixed feelings about it. I've used it a lot from an academic standpoint. I know Joe and I have talked about this, but I did some research at Vanderbilt, and I had used a specific research-based AI tools to sift through research papers. They might have been 30 plus pages that would have taken a reader a long time to figure out those keywords, but with an AI source, you can quickly have it identify certain variables, independent variables, dependent variables, pull out that abstract, and it's super efficient that way. I've also used it a lot in my studies to walk through problem sets. So, for example, in a macroeconomics class or a physics class, I've used it a lot to help me identify the process for getting from a question to an answer. One of the things that I really enjoy about AI and see myself using a lot in the future is how it can easily break down a complex topic into something that's very digestible for someone who might not have already understood that topic. So I personally like to use it a lot to learn about new things. And I can see myself using that going forward if I'm working in an industry or a company where I'm still trying to learn maybe something about a different department, maybe something about a different scope of the company, just to have a bigger, broader sense of what the company does. I could definitely see myself falling back on AI in that sense. However, and I think this is actually something that I find really interesting from the high growth study, is that companies should rely on a mix of digital and traditional marketing techniques. And with the rise of AI, it's super easy to output information really quickly, which also leads to skepticism about whether or not that content is truly genuine. So with AI, I honestly see the benefits have fallen back on a mix of that traditional and digital content, because AI exists. Companies should be using it, should be leveraging it to achieve peak efficiency. They'd be missing out if they didn't, but also realize that users might not fully trust everything that they read online because of AI.
Yeah, that authenticity piece is so key. Hinge talks about how differentiators must be true, they must be relevant, they must be provable, right? Like those are three key elements that can set somebody apart. But the minute that you start to doubt that truth, you start to doubt whether that's something that's really, truly actuality, a thing. That skepticism can eat away at even like the most acceptable differentiator. So I think that's great insight there, Sabrina.
I know I had sent a reel to Joe earlier today, but I had seen last night a reel about whether things were real or AI. And it was just going through a bunch of different things, from a park bench to a bridge. And it was really hard to distinguish which was real and which was AI. So it was really eye-opening to see I mean, I know how easily it is to replicate these things in AI, but seeing it side by side was just a crazy experience.
Yeah.
So Sabrina, tell us what's next for you. Obviously, your internship, we're crying, we're sad, we're gonna miss you. What's next for you? And I mean, tell everybody what you're studying and kind of what's on the horizon for you.
I am a rising junior at Vanderbilt. I'm studying a mix of economics, Spanish, and business. So come August, I will be heading back to Nashville to enjoy some warm weather, hopefully not too hot, but I'm involved in a number of different organizations on campus, including being a tour guide and playing Ultimate Frisbee. So I'm really looking forward to get back into the pace of things with those, to explore my classes. And then in the second semester in the spring, I'm actually planning on going abroad. Where to has not been fully finalized, but I'm definitely looking forward to that experience as well.
Wow. Well, I miss those days. That sounds so exciting. Sabrina, you've been such a great, intern here at Hinge. Clearly, you are a super sharp person with a bright future.
Aw.
It's been such a pleasure for all of us on our team to kind of, show you what we do, bring you in on the ins and outs of how our business works. And yeah, we're excited for you and all the places you're going to go. And hopefully you'll come back and work with us again in the near future. So
Please do. Please do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, Sabrina. This has been a great episode. And thank you to all of our listeners. Like and subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know, which Jeopardy question we should have asked and why did we get which ones wrong, etc. Let us know your feedback on our podcast. Give us ideas for topics, guests. So thank you so much. On behalf of Joe, MB, Sabrina, and myself, we'll see you on the next one.